ABC's David Muir saw a big ratings decline after his ridiculous debate performance the other day. Let's talk about it. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about ABC's David Muir from ABC World News Tonight suffering a big ratings decline after his ridiculous and biased and one-sided debate performance the other day. Before we get into the video and the article, let's back up a little bit for a little bit of context. Now, we all saw the debate between Trump and Kamala. Some think that Trump did not do very well and that he wasn't prepared. I think he did very well. He answered the questions the way he was supposed to. He appeared to be a leader. Kamala, she had prepared statements, but it didn't come off like a leader. Of course, I'm a conservative guy. I'm going to vote for Trump. But just looking at it objectively, I think that he did better than she did, especially since Trump was not just debating Kamala, he was debating Kamala's soror, her sorority sister, Lindsay Davis, but also David Muir. They fact-checked Trump quite a bit. I think it was 4 or 5 official fact checks compared to no fact checks for Kamala, even when she said things that had been proven to be false, like the whole good people on both sides, Charlottesville thing. Even the far leftist, left so-called fact-checking website Snopes debunked that this year. So what's going on with the lack of fact-checking for Kamala, but all the fact-checking for Trump? I think Lindsay Davis even admitted that they had prepared fact-checking for Trump, but there was no preparation to fact-check Kamala. It was a big mess. And as a result, David Muir's show has suffered. You see the headline right here. ABC's David Muir sees newscast ratings decline after a controversial debate performance. So the World News Tonight show has seen a 12% drop in viewers. So it went from about 7.6 million to about 6.7 million. Now, he's still the #1 show in that spot. But if you are ABC, if you are David Muir, you don't want to see 1 million people just vanish from watching your show on any night. You don't want to see that. That's going to be a problem. You want to look at that and say, hey, wait a minute, what's going on here? What's going? People saw the performance and they didn't like what they saw. It was shameful. This guy, David Muir, did so much fact checking on Trump. He was fact checking opinion, because there was one point where he was saying that Trump was talking about, oh, we lost by a whisker, all this, that, and the third. And then he questioned Trump on that. And Trump said, well, I was just being sarcastic. You know that. What did David Muir say? Well, I didn't detect the sarcasm. When I heard that during the actual debate, I was flabbergasted. I was like, really? David, what are we doing? It was ridiculous. Now, what I'm going to do right now is play this particular interview right here with this blazer and lazy t-shirt combo. I'm going to play some of this from Kelly and Mark. I guess this is Kelly's new show after, what, was she a Regis Philbin? I don't even know all these people. I don't watch daytime television. I barely watch TV at all. I only watch TV when I have to look at news and see what's going on. But let's check this out and see what's happening here. Let's see what he said here. And I will link to everything, of course, in the box. And if you're on IG, visit a link in the bio, go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
I have to congratulate you. You moderated the presidential debate last week, and more than 70 million people tuned in for that. Yeah. That is massive. Now, a lot of, I can't believe we got you here. I really appreciate it.
I'm sure you've been asked to do a lot of interviews.
A lot of interviews.
I said only Kelly and Mark. No, honestly.
What I see on stage is Los Angeles. That's what I see. Southern California all day long. That's what I see. These people are not like us.
I will say this about the debate. You guys know me better than anyone. You know, I basically disappeared for the end of the summer because of the weight of this debate. You take it seriously, Lindsay and I, and this extraordinary small team we have at ABC. And we spent a lot of time, and I believe it was our duty to ask the issues that Americans care about. You know, the economy. Are we better off than we were 4 years ago?
Now, he did ask that question, or they asked the question to Kamala, are we better off? Now, she was able to pretty much duck, do the Matrix dodge from the question, talking about, yeah, I'm a small town girl, all this, that, and the third. It's like, listen, Kamala, that wasn't the question. Can you answer the question? Are we better off right now than we were when you first came into office? Let's talk about that. They asked the question, yes, but it didn't really press her for the answer. Now, when Trump would get asked the question, they'd press, and fact check and do all that stuff. It was a very one-sided situation, and it was obviously ABC being in favor of Kamala and being against Trump. Like I said in my follow-up videos, like I said, CNN did a better job of the debate than ABC. Remember the debate between Trump and Biden, who at one point was the nominee or the presumptive nominee. He got all the votes in the primary. Then he drops out at the 0 hour after all the primaries were over. And then they just installed Kamala and say, okay, y'all go take her. And then what we're going to do as the mainstream media is do whatever we can to make her be the next person that's in office, including not fact checking her during the debate when she said obviously fake and false things. But I'm getting triggered.
What are you going to do about the border? Why did you wait so long before you acted on the border? Those types of questions. Reproductive rights, Afghanistan, do you bear any responsibility? Peaceful transfer of power with the next election coming. These are all really important issues, the issues of our time, really. And I always say as a moderator, what the candidates decide to do with that time, you can ask the questions, but they'll answer with whatever they choose to answer with.
That's right.
And you have to be ready for whatever might come your way, even the
You got to be ready, including if you're going to do a fact check, you need to be prepared to fact check both sides rather than one side. Okay, I don't mind the fact check and I don't mind the kickback. I don't mind the, pressing. I don't mind that, but let's let it be the same way on both sides. Let's have a fair debate. If you're going to moderate, your objective should be to have a fair debate. And if you're not doing that, then you're not really being serious.
The most unexpected of moments. As you all know, you know what I'm talking about.
Right.
And I will say this. All of the noise that you hear afterward about, which candidate won the debate, did the moderators win or lose, that's just noise. Yeah. You all know that. The most important...
Oh, do we know that? I don't... I did not detect that from you guys. I didn't really pick up on that. And then what you said, David Muir, when Trump was talking about the sarcasm, I didn't detect the sarcasm. I don't detect what you're talking about either. How about that?
Important thing to remember is that you all have the power. Everybody at home has the power to vote.
I know.
Very diverse audience. Very diverse audience. Look at that.
You referenced it before that you sort of went, you disappeared into the work leading up to this debate. How long did it take you to recover sort of physically, emotionally after? Have you recovered
This
yet?
is recovery.
This is recovery.
One of the things, thank you.
Hey, how'd you recover from supporting Kamala Harris blatantly on television when you should be a moderator who is neutral and not supporting either side? How did you bounce back from that? How about it, David? Give us a soundbite right quick for the TV.
I'm not even joking here. Right before we started the debate, Esther, who's my extraordinary producer, you both have met Esther, behind the wall. The room, by the way, was small.
I was going to ask you about
nobody in the room, no audience.
Right.
The National Constitution Center, the stakes obviously enormous, and it was just the four of us. The two candidates walk out, they're within 6 feet of one another, and once that debate gets off and rolling, it's just the four of us in that room. The crew, and God bless the crew, they did an amazing job that night. And right behind the wall, Esther. So right before we start the debate, I just said, I need my bag back. I had to make sure I turned off my cell phones so that Kelly would not text me in the middle of the
All right, so there we have it. A little bit of Los Angeles, Hollywood performance. That's pretty much all that this is. Fake people telling you lies, gaslighting. These people like this, I hate. I really do. I do. I mean... But as I close, I want to say this. Shout out to Trump for being able to hold his own while debating 3 people when his opponent only debated him. His opponent only had to debate him, and she had the help of 2 other people. They were on her side. Okay. But Trump had to debate all 3 with no help from any of them. Unfair. He still came out on top. Orange man bad, whatever. Okay, that's fine. But I think he's going to be the guy that walks across and becomes the next president in November. All the assassination attempts and bomb threats and whatever. Listen, what God got in store, you can't stop it. It is what it is. And I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What do you think about what David Muir said on Kelly and Mark? How you feel about his debate performance? Did he do a good job? Was he fair? Was he balanced? Was he neutral? Was he a true moderator, not taking one side or the other? How do you feel about the drop in ratings? Do you think that American people saw what he did and didn't like it? And also, if these are normal viewers of the show, people that watch his show all the time, are these leftists? Are these Kamala supporters? Do you think that a lot of Kamala supporters don't like the way that he handled the debate and they're showing him by talking with their feet, by voting with their feet? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. I think people saw what he did and they didn't like it. They didn't like it, man. It's like, okay, you could be a leftist, you could be a leftist network, but if you're going to host a debate, be fair. That's all that I ask. I'm not saying do things in favor of Trump, but don't do things that's against him. The same way you shouldn't do anything that's against Kamala or for. Be right in the center, be neutral. That's what you should do. But maybe I'm just, it could be on my part wishful thinking. Maybe on my part is wishful thinking, hoping that the mainstream media does right when they always do the wrong thing. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.